In this lecture, we will discuss about a very important theorem of circles. But before that, we need to understand some important terms related to this particular theorem. So first is alternate segment. So what do we mean by alternate segment? So if we have this particular circle where O is the center and we have PR as a chord of this particular circle, then this particular chord PR is dividing the circle into two segments. So if I take a point here and name it S, then I can say that RSP is one segment of the circle. Similarly, this is another segment of the circle and the segment is RQP. So we can say that RSP is the alternate segment of segment RQP, or RQP is an alternate segment of segment RSP. So both the segments are alternates of each other. Now, once we know about alternate segments, let's discuss about angle in the alternate segment. Now, in this case, what do we see? Well, we have this particular angle which lies in this particular segment, isn't it? And if we talk about this angle, this lies in this particular segment, isn't it? So you can clearly see that you have this area and you have this particular area. So one angle lies in this, other lies in the alternate segment. So we can say that angle PQR, and if I take a point here and name it S, then angle RSP lie in alternate segments, or we can say that these are angles in alternate segments. So this is another important concept. Now, if we have a line that touches the circle exactly at this particular point, that is one end of the chord, then what happens? Well, this gives rise to a very important theorem. So the theorem states that if you have this particular angle which is being made by this line which touches the circle at this particular point P, which is one end of a chord, so this line makes this particular angle with the chord RP. Now the theorem which we are going to discuss states the relationship between this particular angle and the angle made by this particular chord in the alternate segment. So you can see that this angle is being made in this particular segment, right? It touches this particular segment, while the angle in the alternate segment has a special relationship with this particular angle. So let's discuss that. So the theorem states that if a line touches a circle, we have line AB which touches the circle at P. So if a line touches a circle and from the point of contact P, a chord is drawn, chord RP, the angles between the tangent and the chord are respectively equal to, so we are talking about angles between the tangent and the chord. The tangent is making angles with the chord, basically two angles with the chord. So if we consider this angle first, so the angles between the tangent and the chord are respectively equal to the angles in the corresponding alternate segments. So angle made by the tangent and the chord is equal to the angles in the corresponding alternate segments. Now this is the angle in the alternate segment if we are making an angle here, then it is touching this particular segment. What is the alternate segment? This is the alternate segment, and this is the angle being formed by the same chord RP here in the alternate segment. So this angle will be equal to this angle. Similarly, this same tangent is also making an angle like this with the same chord. Now, what will this angle be equal to? Well, this angle will be equal to an angle formed by the same chord in the alternate segment. So when we are talking about this particular angle, it touches this segment, right? So we are talking about the alternate segment. So angle formed here by the same chord. So that's what this theorem states. If a line touches a circle and from the point of contact a chord is drawn, then the angles between the tangent and the chord are respectively equal to the angles in corresponding alternate segments. So let's see if we can prove this. So for that, we have this particular circle whose center is O. Now we have this line QR which touches the circle at P. So we can say that QR is a tangent to this particular circle. So what is given? First of all, QR is the tangent to the circle at point P. Now, second is that PB is a chord drawn from the point of contact P. So we have a chord PB which is drawn from the point of contact of this particular tangent. And third thing which is given is that A and C are the points in the alternate segments. So we have this point here and this point here. Now both lie in alternate segments. Now what we need to prove? We need to prove that angle BAP is equal to angle BPR. As you can see clearly, this tangent QR is making an angle BPR with this chord PB. Now the theorem states that this angle should be equal to the angle made by the same chord in the alternate segment. So this is the alternate segment PAB. So this angle made here is the angle made in the alternate segment. So this angle should be equal to this angle. That is, angle BAP should be equal to angle BPR. That's what we need to prove. Also, angle BCP is equal to angle BPQ. Now you can see that the same tangent is also making this particular angle here, angle BPQ, with the same chord PB. But now the segment has changed. If we talk about this particular angle, then this is touching this particular segment. So what is the alternate segment in this case? This is the alternate segment, and angle made in the alternate segment is this by the same chord PB. So this angle will be equal to this angle. This is another point which we need to prove. So let's start with the proof. So these are the two things which we need to prove, and for that we need to perform a construction. So what we do is we join PO and extend it to meet the circle at D. So we join PO, O, which is the center of the circle, and we extend this till D, that is again a point on the circle. So what do we get here? We get diameter of the circle. We can say that PD is nothing but diameter of the circle because it is passing through the center and joins 2 points on the circle. Now we also join DB. We also join DB, these 2 points on the circle. So first of all, we can say that angle DBP is equal to 90 degrees. Why do I say so? Because angle DBP is nothing but angle in a semicircle, because dp is a diameter of the particular circle and it is making an angle here. So this will be 90 degrees because it is an angle in the semicircle. So we have angle DBP is equal to 90 degrees. Next, we can say that angle PDB plus angle DBP plus angle BPD. So we are talking about angle PDB, this angle, plus angle DBP, and angle BPD, this angle. If we add these three angles, it will be 180 degrees because sum of angles in a triangle is always 180 degrees. So we get this particular equation here. Now, what do we know about angle DBP? Its value is 90 degrees, isn't it? Now, if we substitute this value here, then what do we get? We get angle PDB plus 90 degrees plus angle BPD is equal to 180 degrees. So, if 90 degrees comes this side, then it will be 180 degrees minus 90 degrees. So, what do we get from that? We get angle BPD plus angle PDB, that is these two angles added will give us 90 degrees because 180 degrees minus angle DBP is 90 degrees. So, angle BPD plus angle PDB is equal to 90 degrees. So, this is one point. Now, we can also say that angle BPR plus angle BPD is equal to 90 degrees. Let's see, we have angle BPR. So, we are talking about this particular angle. This plus angle BPD. Angle BPD. So, we are talking about this particular angle here. Now, if we add both of them, we get 90 degrees. Why do I say so? Because tangent and radius of a circle make 90 degree angle at their point of contact, isn't it? We know about this particular theorem. That is, we have this particular tangent and OP is nothing but radius of this particular circle. So, both of them will make 90 degree angle. So, these two angles will add up to 90 degrees. So, angle BPR plus angle BPD will be equal to 90 degrees. Now, from these two equations, what can we derive? We can say that angle BPD plus angle PDB will be equal to angle BPR plus angle BPD because both of them add up to 90 degrees. Now again, in this case, we have BPD which can cancel out. So what is left? Angle PDB is equal to angle BPR. So we were able to prove angle PDB is equal to angle BPR. This angle. But this is not the final thing which we need. So we need to go further. So this is our current finding. From this, we can also say that angle BAP is equal to angle PDB. Why do I say so? Because they are angles in the same segment. Angle BAP, this angle, and angle PDB, this particular angle, both lie in the same segment, isn't it? And that's why they will be equal. So their values will be same. Now again we have two equations. Angle PDB is equal to angle BPR and angle BAP is also equal to angle PDB. So both these are equal to angle PDB. So from this we can say that angle BAP is equal to angle BPR because both of them are equal to angle PDB. So they both are equal to, and that's what we needed to prove. Angle BAP is equal to angle BPR. That is, this angle made by the tangent with the chord is equal to the angle in the alternate segment. Now, we can also say that angle BAP plus angle BCP equal to 180 degrees. Angle BAP, this particular angle, plus angle BCP. Angle BCP, this particular angle, both will add up to 180 degrees. Why do I say so? Because ABCP is a cyclic quadrilateral. If you notice, A, B, C and P, all the 4 points lie on this particular circle. That is, all the 4 vertices of this particular quadrilateral lie on the same circle. And so, this is a cyclic quadrilateral, and sum of opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral is 180 degrees. So, angle BAP plus angle BCP is equal to 180 degrees. Now, we also know that angle BPR plus angle BPQ will be 180 degrees. It's very simple, because BPR is this particular angle and BPQ is this particular angle, and both of them together make a straight angle, that is 180 degrees. So, angle BPR plus angle BPQ will also be equal to 180 degrees. Now, what do we derive from that? That this is equal to 180 degrees and even this is equal to 180 degrees. So, they both are equal. So, angle BAP plus angle BCP is equal to angle BPR plus angle BPQ. Now, we know that angle BAP is equal to angle BPR. We have already proved that. So, we can substitute one of the angles with the other. So, we can write angle BPR, which is basically we have just replaced angle BAP with BPR because both of them are equal. So, angle BPR plus angle BCP is equal to angle BPR plus angle BPQ. So, now we have BPR on both the sides. We can cancel them out. And what have we got? Angle BCP is equal to angle BPQ. So, angle BCP is equal to angle BPQ. Angle BCP is equal to angle BPQ. This particular angle, that is angle made by the tangent with the chord, is equal to the angle in the alternate segment. So, we have proved this too. So, we have proved both of them, and which means that the theorem which we had discussed is true. It has been proved. So, the theorem states that the angle made by the tangent with the chord passing through the point of contact is equal to the angle in the alternate segment. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. You can also register for free at deltastep.com to get all learning resources as per ICSE, CBSE, IB, Cambridge or any other curriculum. Over 5,000 amazing lectures across maths, science, English and social science. Our unique interactive video technology keeps you engaged, and our iDictionary feature allows you to quickly revise any concept. Master each topic at your own pace with our adaptive practice technology and 1 million plus questions. Get instant answers and detailed solutions. Be exam ready by taking unlimited mock tests, performance analysis along with actionable feedback, personal tutors to resolve your slightest of doubts. That's not all. You also get amazing prizes like PlayStations, iPads, watches and many more, along with certificates through our Earn As You Learn program. So at deltastep.com, learning is not just fun and easy, it's rewarding too. So register for free now.